All right, y'all. Today we got a really talented up-and-coming artist. He goes by the name of 4ToDa5to. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Nobi shooting shit like Kobe. What's up with you, my boy?
Yeah, I'm glad to have you in here, bro. I'm definitely appreciative of you letting me do this.
Most definitely. I'm glad to be here, bro. Good man.
How you feeling today?
Man, bro, I'm feeling dope as shit. I woke up today. You feel me? Another day to accomplish some shit. So I
Hell
feel
yeah.
dope as shit. How about yourself, my boy?
I'm feeling great.
That's good. That's
So
good.
let's jump into it. Let's take them all the way back from the beginning,
Woo.
all the way to the beginning. Excuse me. Where are you from?
Excuse me. I reside out of Richmond, California. Central Richmond to be exact.
Yes, sir. What was it like for you growing up in Richmond, California?
For me, really, I had a real life. I had a real life experience to be a kid. As much crazy shit going around that motherfucker. Don't get me wrong, I experienced a lot of that shit too. Seen a lot of that shit, heard about a lot of that shit. But I think I had a real chance to be a kid because I was outside. I grew up at the time, when we was all outside and shit, playing football, basketball, all of that, all of the extra shit. So I would say I got a chance to actually be a kid. You feel me? I'm just not trying to shine a light on all the negative shit that do go down there, but you feel me? Not enough. I feel like not enough motherfuckers come on shit and say they actually had real fun growing up in Richmond.
Yep.
Because I had fun growing up.
How was your house growing up? You grew up with both parents in the household, or what was that like?
Nah, not at all. I was one of the I don't even know if what they call it, but I was one of the visitation kids. So I would spend time with pops at a certain time, spend time with moms at a certain time. So feel me? Moms wasn't in Richmond, but pops was in Richmond. So you feel me?
How was that as a kid growing up like that? Was that easy or was it stressful?
Um, it could get stressful. I say that because mom's got different shit she lived by, pops got different shit he lived by. So you taking different shit over here to mom. She getting mad because you doing shit you was doing at pop's house. Then you doing shit over here at pop's house. He telling you your mama don't run nothing over here. So you feel me? Like it can get stressful, but you feel me? For the most part, it was. Feel me?
Yeah, I grew up the same exact way. That was definitely, my parents were separated since I was young, so it was definitely the same way. And like, it's a weird way to grow up in the sense of like what you're saying. There's always like this diversity between the different houses and shit like that. And like,
for sure.
Yeah, mine was kind of the opposite. My mom was in Richmond. My dad was outside of that. So
Okay.
he would be the one talking, man, you got to go back to that fucking ass spot. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, for real.
But yeah, no, Richmond is a crazy place. You know what I mean? Like in good ways and bad ways. I feel like people from Richmond, and I know you could probably agree with this, it's like super prideful. I mean, we're pride and purpose.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yes,
like
sir.
it's a microcosm that I think a lot of people don't really understand as far as like when you're from Richmond, how important Richmond is to you. Do you kind of agree with that? And how do you feel about that?
Definitely.
The pride and purpose.
Definitely 100% I agree. It's because, well, I can't say what it's because. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really speak. I can't really get too deep into it because for me, it was just like a feel, a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because like I can't get too deep into the. You feel me? I was with the OGs. OG put me on this. OG told me this. OG told me. Like I ain't really. You feel me? It's just a vibe of everybody in the city, from people older than me to people my age to people younger. It was always that vibe. Like we always held the city to a high standard. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, so like you'll probably get somebody else to really speak on where that shit really come from. But yeah, I 100% agree that pride is just in every Richmond resident. And that's why it probably got something to do with the song, pride and purpose for real.
Yep. Well, and like when I was growing up, it was hella crazy because I have this moment. I think I was like fucking, I don't know how old I was, maybe 8. And I remember hearing a song on the radio where E40 said Richmond in the song. And I fucking lost my mind. Because like I said, it's such a micro, it's so small. People don't really understand how Richmond, California is. Like you can get from one side to the other in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? If you know where you're going.
Uh-huh.
When I heard that, it was just like, it really made me realize like how big it is at the same time. Because a lot of the culture, even somebody like E40, you know what I'm saying? Like you think about the Calvin T's, or you think about different people like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them who are connected with E40 in this weird way.
Yeah.
And a lot of the game came from that too, from Richmond. So I think like we're very blessed to be where we're from too.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it has its negative aspects, there really, when it comes down to the pride and purpose aspect, I'm very thankful to be where we're from, and you know what I'm saying.
100%.
What was the craziest thing you seen growing up in Richmond without getting too crazy with it? And you know what I mean? Like, what was a situation you seen that was wild growing up that really sat in your brain?
Man, shit. I was actually damn near a part of this, and I'm gonna just say this one specifically because I ain't gonna lie. I'm pretty sure everybody done seen. You feel me? What we done all seen, and niggas done seen bodies and all type of shit around the city. But me personally, what I went through, the craziest shit not the craziest shit I've been through, but at that time, at that age, I don't know, I was probably like 9, 10 maybe. We walk in the 7th Street store, you know what I'm saying? This is some shit we do every day, all day, damn near. And if we come up on $1, we to that bitch. You feel me? Any dollar we come on is getting spent at the store. Man, me and my cousin walk into the store, man. It's crazy though too, cause we in that bitch stealing the hell of shit. You feel me? We in that bitch stealing. We walk out the store. As soon as we walk out the store, bop, 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 niggas start shooting, bro. We go back in the store, cause like, and this is my first time. The reason why it's crazy to me is some shit you feel me? This is the first time I've ever, you feel me, encountered some shit like this.
That. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So you feel me? So it's like, boy, what the fuck going on? What they finna do in this motherfucker? Boy, like niggas said, shoot this shit. This nigga, they pulled me back in the store. Like shit. After that, took off running. I don't think I ain't never ran that fast in my life. Babe.
Now, did you tell your mom or your dad about this situation?
Hell no. I ain't tell him nothing.
Yeah, well, I think that's that like we went through a lot of stuff. Like me and you kind of were. How old are you?
29.
Yeah, so I'm 30. I'm 34 now. I'm an old fucker, but we kind of grew up in that same era where things were hot as fuck, and like it was a different time at that point. But you couldn't really just chop it up with your parents about what we were going through.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, in my situation, I had my mom. She didn't understand. I mean, she grew up in Oakland, but she didn't really understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And how crazy it was out there. So, you know what I mean?
The gap in the generations is so different.
Yeah, well, gunplay, that's when it first started popping.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And for you to be that old and dealing with a shootout in front of you is wild. You know what I mean? And I got a few stories like that too. But
man,
how did that situation kind of affect you in a personal way?
I can't say that one did because I was so young. So when you young and you go through some shit like that, get through some shit like that, you probably think you one of the coolest motherfuckers around. You feel me? Like I was around when niggas was shooting and shit. I ain't get shot, nigga. I just ran home. You feel me? So you probably think you the coolest motherfucker around. But like you feel me? At that time, personally, it didn't really change anything. It was just like shit. Like I know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? All right, I could say that. Like it really like opened my eyes to where I was at. Like that shit can happen.
It was reality.
For sure.
Yeah, it became a real thing. Okay, so as far as that goes, growing up in Richmond, so your name is 4ToDa5to. How did you get that name? Can you break that down for people?
Yes, sir. 4ToDa5to came from a group of people I hang with to this day. Long live Archie, rest his soul. They was from, because we got a number of streets in Richmond, you feel me? So they was from 4th Street. Me, I grew up on 5th. And we had boys on 6th. We had boys on 1 through 10, all of that shit, you feel me? But like our circle was 4 to 7th Street, you feel me? So it's like, and on 7th Street is the store. So you feel me? Like and really how it came about, we was really just sitting in the car one day. It was like, shit, like we be 4ToDa5to every day. You know what I'm saying? Like we do that shit every day. It's every day. So like it really came about when I was trying to change my rap name. Like, you feel me? Like,
what did you start out as?
I started out as D-Mac at first. Yeah.
That's we met a long time ago. Remember we were in a fucking
sure.
bando.
Man, listen.
Shout out Matty Bo.
Shout out Matty Bo, man.
But I think it was, I heard about your name being D-Mac. I mean, I know we talked back then, but yeah. So that was, how old were you when it was D-Mac?
I said that was all of high school. So I was probably 14 to at least 18.
And so you started making music at what age around that time?
14.
Okay.
Making music 14. I ain't really start dropping till I was dub something for sure. But making music, just really recording and having my vocals on the song and shit, 14 for sure.
So when you were that age, what really inspired you to want to actually get in the booth and make music? Was there a certain moment where you realized I want to do this, or how did that come about?
My cousin, shout out Bam Bueller. My cousin, he was his pops was hella heavy into that shit. His pops, like, you feel me, really one of them rap niggas from the city and shit. So like, you feel me, that shit it's just passed down to him, and like he had all the equipment and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So going over there, like, you feel me, like I could say he was like an influence. He really pushed that shit for real. Like he really pushed me to like really, cause he asked niggas like, "What's up, y'all niggas trying to make a song?" I'm like, man, shit. I ain't ever made no fucking song, but shit.
The infamous words. Y'all want to make a
Hey,
song?
bro, that's how that shit start every time. That's how that shit start. And
Yeah.
from then on, man, ball kept fucking rolling.
So what was the culture as far as like making music back then for you? Was it freestyling with the homies? Was it just you being by yourself listening to beats? Because a lot of people don't understand nowadays it's so easy to get beats. Back then, finding instrumentals like J Arms with the fucking airplane flying by was harder. So what was that in that day and time for 4ToDa5to? Like what was that? Or D-Mac if it was that back then?
See, he was into again, shout out Bam Billy. He was into making beats as well. So he made beats as well. You feel me? So sometimes he'll probably send a nigga home with some beats or something like that. But for the most part, it was all like instrumentals. Like, you feel me? Like, I think at that time it wasn't no tight beats. Niggas wasn't making, you feel me, every artist type beats and shit like that. Niggas wasn't doing nothing like that. It was just all instrumental. So nigga, you'll catch me writing the fucking Closer to My Dreams, fucking
classic, hood classic.
Me? Exactly. Like Young Jeezy Go Crazy instrumental. You catch me rapping the hell, like, you feel me, shit like that. So it was like, we was on that type of time with it, you feel me? It's like just trying to rap on anything we could, you feel me? Anything we caught a vibe on, we trying to rap on that shit.
So when I used to make music, I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to literally write verses to songs. Like I would write over a song while somebody was rapping.
Damn.
So yeah, it was a different age, bro.
No, for shit show. You know what's crazy? What me and my sister used to do when we was kids?
Yeah.
We would rewrite the lyrics of songs just so we could know the song word for word. And I kind of you feel me, contribute that to like how my pen nowadays.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So that sounds like you had a pretty good structure as far as music around you. What were your musical influences back then?
That's crazy. My pops, bro, like really got me deep into music. But what like his choice of music was so crazy. I'm not finna put him on blast like that. But he was listening to all the slow shit, you feel me? All the Genuines and all the, you feel me? All the Joes and all the shit.
Hella R&B.
Hella R&B, exactly. Hella R&B. So Pops really had me deep into that shit, like deep into the R&B shit. I was fucking with that shit heavy at first. And Mom's, she was really on some gospel shit. She listened to her, you feel me? Her Mary J, her Mariah Carey every now and then and all of that. Like, so that's really how they started off for me. Like the R&B tip. It started off like, my real like love for music started off on a real like R&B tip, and it really wasn't until my brother came around. And I remember the first song. Shout out D-Lo too. Shout out D-Lo Lewis, man. Y'all go show some love to Shoebox, man. The Shoebox soundtrack out on our you feel me, out on our platform. But you feel me? The first song I ever learned from my brother was "Shine" by the Hot Boys. That's what really put me into rap. That's what dove me into rap. That shit dove me head first into rap. Once I heard that Wayne verse, I'm like, this shit is the hardest shit I ever heard in my life. So yeah.
Yeah, the Hot Boys I think is a lot of people's inspiration. And it's funny how like the Bay Area is so connected to Louisiana and New Orleans in general. Like, because my grandma's from Louisiana.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people from Richmond too that are straight out of Louisiana, which is a weird connection.
For sure.
But it's so Wayne's for sure. Like what else was in 4ToDa5to's playlist back in the day?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. You know what's so crazy with me? I was a Southern kid on the West Side. I'm listening to T.I. T.I. was my favorite artist. Like
T.I.?
off top. Yep.
Oh yeah, Urban Legend.
Artist.
Yep.
Come on, bro. T.I. versus T.I.P. What's the one before that? The one with ASAP and all of that shit. King, I think it was called. Man, I was off all that shit, bro.
With the sideways beanie.
Well,
you know what's funny too is people be sleeping on like Nelly.
Yeah, for
Saint
Sure.
Lunatics.
Yep.
Like
Nelly?
how crazy they used to go back in the day too.
For shit show. Them boys was rapping. And
I
would go as far as to say Nelly damn near the first Drake.
Oh damn.
I would go as far to say that. Like
that's a good point though.
That nigga, he was rapping, singing, you feel me, at that time. Like niggas wasn't even onto it. They was just fucking with it at the time. You see, Drake got a little flack for it. I don't know why, but you know.
That is crazy to think though, like like nowadays everybody sings. Back then it was not everybody.
No,
And you
everybody's just
listen to
rapping.
Nelly now and just how he harmonized and really was legitimately singing. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So that's definitely dope. What about Bay Area? Were you heavily influenced by Bay sound or not really?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
I was not heavily into bass sound. I didn't really get into the bass sound until I got kind of in high school. That's when my boys and shit from the neighborhood and shit, they'll show me like rappers from Richmond and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I start diving into the Bay. Once I started listening to rappers, I started listening to rappers in my city first.
Who were some back then that you liked?
Oh, ALB.
Okay.
ALB was lit. It was turned up.
For sure. Yeah, I think they were definitely like some of the artists that would I would say like superstar status in our city.
For sure.
As far as that goes, like give you a look that makes you want to be bigger and greater.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Laz. Shout out to all them.
Yeah, shout out to him, man.
Holly.
Shout out to the whole ALB.
Yeah, so as far as that goes, the music influence was big as far as that goes. What as far as when it comes back to the Richmond aspect of music, we're talking about, you know, the AOBs, the Neo, the Gifts, all those different types of people. Mm-hmm. Why do you think the Richmond music scene is so slept on?
I think everybody say it already. I think it's the unity. But then, man, bro, you know, so much shit, man, I ain't gonna lie. That's a crazy ass question. I don't know if it's a crazy question because it's so much shit to say about it. Or what, I don't know. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, I would say, like, how do you feel like, do you think it's the music aspect or you just think it's straight politics? That's probably a better way to say it. Do you think that's what it is? Like,
I think it's straight politics because you
not
can't
enough unity.
I think it's just the politics, bro. Because you look at the music, everybody else making the same type of, like, it's on the same type of time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else doing nothing different than what we doing, and it's a lot of shit in the city that sound fucking great. So like for real. So it's some shit in the city that really should be up where like a lot of top songs is, but like I feel like a lot of them niggas ain't really into shit, or they can put enough bullshit. They can put that shit to the side long enough to do something important. And you know what I'm saying? I don't think this is probably not that important to niggas. I don't know.
Yep. So as far as, because I feel like you as an artist, you make a lot of like deeper shit. What allows you to be able to branch out as far as like, because I feel like when I hear a 4ToDa5to song, it can go two ways. It can go like some super dope party shit, or it can go to like a deeper aspect of like the life of somebody like you that's living in Richmond or in the Bay Area in general and what you go through. How do you get to that point where you're able to make music like that?
Appreciate that first, but just challenging myself to step out the box. Literally, that's it, bro. Like I ain't live the life a lot of people have lived in the city, so I wouldn't be right. So rap is basically rap what you know.
And I feel like you also inspire a lot of people around you too, though. Like I see you with, you know, a lot of your partners in like the way that they look up to you in a sense too, music wise, because you push a lot. You push a hard line that a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? And like, so I think you do a good job of like showing people in that same way that we were talking about, like, you know, artists from Richmond that were coming up that give us a good vision of what we could do. You know what I'm saying? Like you're polished. Even though you're, you know, up and coming, I feel like you have that, you know, that structure too, to like be a bigger artist than what we, you know, see around us too.
That's lit.
You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you, as far as this goes, your relationship with your brother. Can you give a little breakdown? Because not a lot of people know, you know, enough about D-Lo. Can you speak on that?
That nigga's the most known unknown. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's like for certain people, I guess what I feel like I could say to answer your second question.
Yeah.
So why it's like, as far as like why people don't, you feel me? It's like you do so much stuff in life to where you get to a certain point to where you just want to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't. overexerting yourself. You ain't extending yourself no farther than you feel like you need to. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's gonna know him, everybody that's gonna get to know him, gonna get to know him.
But as far like, I guess maybe I should say, what is his impact on your life with the music stuff? Like, because I when I met you again for the first time, your brother was kind of, I would say, managing in a sense the situation. We were shooting a music video,
definitely, man.
and I think that continued on for a long time. And like, what is that relationship between you guys, and how did that build? Can you speak on the history of that?
Definitely. And I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of still fresh, even though we put in hella years. Like, bro was down for a minute. So like, when I was like doing that shit, but not really, like, you feel me, not doing it the right way in a sense. Like, we would talk about it and all that shit. You feel me? Like, we would talk about it. He would get advice from me. You feel me? Like, he was always helping a nigga out. You feel me? He's always trying to push a nigga to do it better, to make it look better, to make it sound better. So you feel me? So like when we finally like got a chance to actually like really have constant conversation, and we really found out what I was trying to do with this shit and all of this shit. It's like he was just always, you feel me, always supporting what I was doing. And when he finally got out and we was able to, you feel me, put real hands to this shit, like, it was all go. Like, it was lit, but yeah, like, bro just always been super fucking supportive.
Definitely.
Whatever I was trying to do.
So for a lot of people, because a lot of people in this game, they don't have somebody like your brother behind them that they can actually trust. Like, where did that relationship build between you guys? Was it when he got locked down that you guys got close, or were you guys close before that for a long time? Speak on that a little bit.
I would say we was always close. Like, cause we had such an age gap, you feel me? So he was outside, you feel me? He was outside doing, you feel me? He was outside in a whole different era than me. You know what I'm saying? So when he was outside, I'm in the house playing the game all the time. You feel me? So by the time I was able to get outside and shit, that's when we was able to. Yeah, I would say but when he got locked up and shit. When he got locked up, I was outside. You feel me? So that's when we was able to build, like, you feel me, build our relationship, because he was able to, you feel me, tell me some shit. Bro, I went through this and this and this, bro. He's like, you gonna go through? You feel me? Like, that's when we was able to build on real life shit. And then like he was closer to getting out, and that's when I was like start getting deeper into the rap. That's when the shit, you feel me, start transitioning to, you feel me, to the rap shit. And that's when we got deep into that.
Definitely. How important do you feel, so you being a younger artist, how important do you feel like it is to have somebody that's older than you, that knows kind of the game, and like they know what they're doing? How important is that in a career of music?
That's super fucking important. But you know what else is also more important? Is listening to that person, taking what they say into consideration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a person can sit there and tell you 100 times what to do. If you're not gonna do it, then what's the point of them helping you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they trying to tell you to go out your comfortability, you gotta.
Do you feel like, as far as like an artist, like the artist that you are right now, how important is it to get out of your comfort zone when making music? Do you feel like you like to push those limits, or do you like to kind of keep it chill?
I say you gotta keep it to a balance. You gotta know when to step out. You gotta know when to stay in pocket. Simple as that, for real. Cause
so I know you guys, as recently, D-Lo put out the Shoebox film, short film, and you were featured on that soundtrack. What was the process behind that and making that song?
Man, it was crazy because I was making these mixtapes at the time. Yeah, boom, there we go. I was making these mixtapes at the time, and when I came across that beat, bro, he actually sent me that beat to write that song too. Not that specific beat that's on the on the Shoebox soundtrack, but it was that Sauce Walker beat, and he sent me that beat to write to that, and I couldn't think of, you feel me, but the tone of what the mixtape was about was on some shit like that. So when I got that beat, I'm thinking about what to write to that motherfucker, and I was just like, man, I'm finna write the day of what happened. You feel me? What day it happened to bro, man. Rest in peace, Jen. Rest his soul.
Yeah, and that song is that a remake from one of the ones that we did?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, the black and white video.
Yeah, and I love how you put that to a beat, because I think that's a song that needs to be heard more. Can you go into a little bit more detail about the story behind that song?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Man, it was
And what is that song's name?
11011 out on all platforms. Shoebox Soundtrack. Y'all go stream that. But yeah, like to go into deep, like, and that's crazy. I'm glad you asked this question because, like, I feel like in the song I didn't really get to, you feel me? Like, I kind of told people the like the real base, like the real surface of that story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really from a section in Richmond where bro was from. Like, at that time, like that shit really it kind of got bad. You know what I'm saying? So like. Me, you feel me? Fucking around that tough. It was just like, you know, it probably rubbed it probably rubbed people wrong. I don't know. It probably didn't give a fuck. You know, I feel like for the most part people ain't give a fuck. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, but yeah, like, man, I was just, man, that was my dog. I ain't gonna lie, that was my boy. Like throughout the short time, like we really got to know each other, like in a real short span of time. But like in that short span of time, like we really got real close. You feel me? Like, you
And
know,
this is somebody that you went to high school with too, yeah?
for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Spent the whole 3 years because he passed in our 11th grade year, beginning in January in our 11th grade year.
So as far as like writing a song like that, because I know there's, you know, there's certain lines you don't want to cross
Yeah.
as far as getting too deep with things like that. How is that writing a song like that? Is it touchy to write something like that, or is it just natural for you? You gotta tell the truth on it.
It's both. I feel like it was definitely both, but I feel like I knew what not to say and what to say. You know what I'm saying? I know how to keep that shit in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Not try to step out and be talking too crazy.
Definitely, and I think that's notable too. So as far as when it comes down to Photo the Stone in the studio, what does that look like on a normal studio session?
Oh man, that shit could go from 5, 6 songs done, all good, to 1, 2 great songs being done. Like, depend on, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, because I write, I pen, I ain't gonna say pen to paper, but I write on my phone. You feel me? So I'm still in that aspect. I don't do the punching freestyle. I don't really do the freestyle shit like that unless I'm fucking around. You feel me? Unless I'm at the house studio or something, we fucking around or something like that. But I like to use my pen for real.
And when you're recording, are you recording at the house? Do you go hit the studio? Like, what is that?
I'm everywhere with it. I got a portable. No, I ain't got a portable studio, but I got a mic,
Me in the back of a van?
laptop, all that shit. You feel me? Wherever I can set that bitch up at, I can record. But yeah, like for the most part, I'm recording at the house. If I gotta shoot a verse out or something, I'm recording at the house. If I gotta, feel me? If I gotta take it to a studio or something, feel me? I'm taking it to the studio, or I just, you feel me, go to somebody's studio if they already got all the shit. But yeah.
Definitely. And when you're recording a song, are you writing lyrics still, or are you just going off the top like a lot of the people do nowadays?
No, I'm writing lyrics. I'm always writing lyrics. Yeah, I'm writing.
So that process of writing, is that you on your phone, or are you actually pen to pad with it?
That's on my phone. Last time was crazy. I started off pen and the pad, like, I don't say 14, 15, 16, all the way up until we got phones where we could type on shit and all of that shit. But as soon as we got to typing in them phones, I ain't gonna lie, it was bad. That shit took over. And I tried to write recently. That shit, man, that shit did not go good.
It was tough.
It was tough. Because, you know, you got room to fuck up on the phone. Like, you get on that paper, you're like, I can't keep scratching shit off with this pen or erasing shit and shit like that. But you can. But you feel me? I'm fucked. That phone had me fucked up.
As far as your career now, like, what are in the Bay Area, what are some artists that you would like to work with in the future?
That's a good ass question.
And if not, if you don't have that, then what in the bigger spectrum, what is like the dream collab for Photo the Stone?
Ooh. That's an even better question. I want to answer both questions, actually. I'm going to keep it lit. Some artists I want to work with. Like in the Bay or just like?
Just in general. Who would be the dream collab for Photo the Stone? If you could have any collab right now, big or small. Take your time. Don't make the
Hey, you're not really thinking about it. Because you know what's crazy? I really got my choice. But you know what's crazy? I really don't know how this song will turn out. Because want to say Beyonce, hella bad.
Damn.
I think that'll be
That's
some shit.
different.
Yeah.
I did not expect that one.
I think that, I'm trying to tell you, that'll be some shit.
But see, that's how you know you think differently, though. That's fire, though. I like that. I like that aspect of it. What about rappers? What's like in 4ToDa5to's playlist these days?
In my playlist right now, it's crazy because you caught me at a tough time. I'm in a writing process right now.
Okay.
I go through these.
It's all beats.
Yeah, on mamas. So I go through these points in life where I'm listening to music and little to no writing, and then I get to the point where I'm all writing and no music. But right now, I ain't gonna lie. What I have kind of gravitated to, I've been listening to hella Draco the Ruler right now.
Fire.
I've been in LA, slapping hella LA shit.
You ready to talk that shit?
Hey, listen. No, bro, there's new shit. It's crazy.
As far as production wise, what stands out to you right now as far as like beats? Is it Draco the Ruler type shit, or like what's like? Because you work with, so a lot of the stuff that I've heard is Lannis. Are you guys still connected?
Yeah, no, I feel like I can get in contact with him if you feel me, if need be. But you feel me, like.
But that's kind of like the vibe I feel like that you work well on too, like those type of beats.
Most definitely, cause like in a sense we worked for kind of a few years, so you feel me. We kind of got to build a little something off that. You feel me? So I think that's kind of where that kind of stems from.
Yep. And for people that have never heard 4ToDa5to, if they're searching on YouTube, they get a really wide range of like visuals.
Oh, definitely.
How do you feel about like the process of visuals? Like, I know your brother helps out a lot with that, but how do you feel about being involved in that? Do you enjoy that process?
Definitely. Because due to the fact it's not, due to the production, shout out Noble, you feel me? Due to the production that we do, I feel like it stands out, or it's like outside of the box. So that's why I like it. You feel me? That's why I feel like it is a good process. I like being a part of that process because, like, I still to this day, everything that we did, I feel like that shit is still gonna get 10 million views. Like, it's just gonna catch on late because it's like it's outside of the box. Like, a motherfucker can watch it. Like, you can watch that shit 5 years later. You didn't see it when it came out, but you see it 5 years later and be like, damn, this some dope ass shit.
Builds up.
Exactly. So yeah, that's why I like being a part of the process, because I feel like everything that we doing is dope as shit.
Besides just the music shit, what's a random fact about 4ToDa5to? What's a TV show you fuck with right now?
See,
you be on the Netflix tough or nah?
No, not really. Only to watch movies and shit though. I'll be watching.
Okay, you got a good movie you like right now?
Not right now specifically, but I want to watch that Equalizer 3. That shit just came. That shit just dropped on
action
on
movies.
Yeah, yeah. I'm an action movie nigga. I watch all action movies.
Yep.
You'll catch me watching hella Avengers and shit.
Hella Avengers
and shit.
For sure. So for the future of 4ToDa5to, man, what can people look forward to?
Bigger and better. Bigger and fucking better. Literally. Y'all thought the shit was dope as fuck previous years. It's only getting better.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, dog. Thanks for coming through.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.